Started off, tornado chasing is sort of my thing. For 15 years now, I've been traveling to Tornado Alley in the central United States, taking people with me on tornado chasing tours. So if you want to come and see some of the big sky country down in Oklahoma, Texas, Kansas, and Nebraska, I can arrange it. And this is the kind of things that we see, the biggest, baddest storms on Earth, and we like to get really close enough to hear these tornadoes. And this particular one was in Rego, Kansas. It crossed the road directly in front of us, and I had a van full of tourists behind me that were freaking out because they were having such a good time. We have a good time all the time. Now, of course, living in Toronto, we experience a wide variety of weather here, including some tremendous lightning that hits the CN Tower about 70 to 100 times per year. A single bolt of lightning can be 5 times hotter than the surface of the sun. There's your factoid for the day. And it's only about as thin as your little finger. But it's not just tornadoes that I pursue. All types of weather, including hurricanes, from Hurricane Sandy in New York. This particular hurricane was at Peggy's Cove, and I tell you, it hurts when you have a 150-foot wave like that land on top of you. It's not fun. But probably the biggest, baddest storm that I ever experienced was Hurricane Katrina. This is a scene from New Orleans. Shortly after the storm, you had buildings that were on top of cars, not the other way around. Complete devastation. I knew exactly what was going to happen. I actually rode out the storm in a steel-reinforced concrete parking garage because it was the only building that I thought that I was going to survive in, that I thought was going to survive the storm. But it's not just storms. All forces of nature are fair game for me. From forest fires in northern Ontario up near Thunder Bay, I tell you, I took this photograph hanging outside of another second helicopter. I thought I was in a Schwarzenegger movie. It was so freaking cool. My camera was hot to the touch when I brought it back in the chopper. In British Columbia, the Canadian Forces actually let me fire their 105mm howitzer to create an avalanche on the Rogers Pass Highway. How cool is that? And I got paid to do it because we were filming for the Angry Planet TV series. There's nothing louder than a howitzer at close range. Volcanoes are also extremely cool for me. None in Canada, of course, that are active. So I traveled to places like Costa Rica, Ethiopia, New Zealand. In total, we filmed the show in almost 40 countries on all 7 continents. I actually had to retire a passport because it was completely full. One of the most amazing adventures, though, was crossing a literally boiling lake on a rope on the island of Dominica. Convincing the government to let me do this was a real task because they didn't want a Canadian adventurer becoming a human teabag in their literally boiling lake. But from hot and wet to hot and dry, my adventures have also taken me to places like the Sahara Desert in Mali. This is near Timbuktu right now, where it's the hotbed of all of the militant action there right now. But it is indeed a very beautiful place that unfortunately we can't get to visit right now because it's cut off from the outside world. But Canada also has some really amazing wilderness spots. I drove from Toronto to Tuktoyaktuk up in Northwest Territories. Saw the Northern Lights. It's the farthest northern point in Canada you can drive to. 17,000 kilometers round trip. It took me 9 days just to drive home. But then there's places that you can't drive to at all, like Antarctica, one of the few pristine wilderness areas left in the world. The entire continent is protected. The icebergs there. Some of the ice is 10,000 years old, and it tastes really good in a glass of scotch. It really does. It's very pure. But from some of the purest places to some of the most damaged, polluted places, this is Chernobyl. I was there a few years ago, and after the nuclear reactor explosion in '86, it is still abandoned and so very creepy. Totally expecting a zombie to walk around the corner at any time. It would not have surprised me. But there are other environmental disasters out there that I've had the opportunity to document. This is the Aral Sea in Uzbekistan. All of the water has been drained by the Soviets over the years for cotton irrigation. This is a fishing village, or should I say what used to be a fishing village, now rusting ships out in the desert. But any force of nature that is dangerous and extreme I go after, including wrestling the occasional anaconda, producer said, there's the anaconda, go get it. So, of course, I had to be the guy to grab the head. It took 5 of us to carry it, and it was about 18 feet long with really, really sharp teeth. But the most amazing place in the world that I've visited, the Nika Crystal Cave in Mexico, 900 feet underground. The air temperature inside is actually 52 Celsius with humidity of 100%. As soon as you walk into the cave, you start to die. Literally die. And we had to wear special suits filled with ice in order to spend more than a few minutes at a time inside the cave. The crystals, some of them are 55 tons and 10 meters long. They're made from selenite, which is the same material that's in your drywall. It's crystallized gypsum. Common, but beautiful. The crown jewel in Mother Nature's crown. It was formed by volcanic activity, but this particular volcano is in Vanuatu, the South Pacific. I wanted to go here and do something really, really cool, something that no one has ever done before, not just photograph it. I wanted to get married on this volcano. So I convinced my wife. I said, honey, will you marry me? She said, yes. How about in the tropical South Pacific? She said, yes. How about on the crater's edge of an exploding volcano? She said, yes. It was amazing. It's been a wonderful, incredible journey. And we've still been celebrating in the most extreme way. We even celebrated our wedding anniversary diving with sharks. Some people think I'm trying to kill her, but no, I do actually love her. And from all my adventures, there's one thing that I've really, really learned. And one thing, if you can take one thing away, it's that if you want something you've never had, you must do things that you have never done before. And I've actually been able to make a wonderful career out of doing things that I've never done before. Thank you.